This is a very short video here. People will probably wonder why I'm not making any YouTube videos recently, with band parades and all them type of things. I was off on holidays, 4 weeks holidays, not all up yet. 4 weeks holidays, so I thought I'd get the house all fixed up. I got all the walls painted, got the doors and all painted, new handles on, and I started doing a wee bit of fancy DIY, the things I used to do. So I lowered the roof using chrome bars. The weird thing is, I recorded it on the phone how I made this roof, and I was going to make a video on how to do it, and the files have got lost when I was transferred on the computer, so that's a bit annoying. But the big problem is outside here. This here is my big shed. It was built as a carport, never got used as a carport, and so I don't need it a whole big. I want, now that I've got the bedroom all moved, I want to put fake grass down along that part of the garden. So I want this part of the shed here to be like a garden room, and so the ground will be levelled off and the fake grass will run the length of the garden. But the problem I'm having is I want this post out of the way, and to get the post out of the way I needed to redo this part of roof here, and I wanted two metal brackets made. The two metal brackets will come out from the house to support that new beam I put in. Couldn't get anybody to make brackets, got arsed about for months trying to get brackets. So I thought, right, forget about the brackets and I'll put posts on. Now I have just put that new roof on there. It's 25 metres of perspex. That roof ain't screwed on. It's just sitting there, way down with a couple of boards. And I need to get it screwed on, but I can't get it screwed on because I have broken my hand. So because I couldn't get the brackets made, I was going to bust two holes through the path here to put two steel posts on. But rather than get out the big concrete breaker, I thought, well, I'll get the SDS drill and I'll drill circle holes, and then I'll get out the breaker then to break up the circle bit. It doesn't break up the rest of the path, and then put in post crate. But the post crate's sitting over there ready to go in. So I'll drill all the small holes first. That was grand there, we got them drilled. And then I thought, well, if I make the holes bigger, it'll be even easier to break that away without destroying the rest of the path. Now this path's going to be buried later on anyway, but it's just that the more you take out, the more you have to carry away. Without using the big drill, doing the big holes, then the drill bit jammed. The drill was round, whacked my hand, so it has broken two bones in my hand and damaged my knuckle. And the thing is now, I can't get this roof finished. I'm waiting for some volunteers to see a couple of bits of wood and tap. I can't get it screwed down, so it's going to be about at least 6 weeks this cast on. So I'm going to have to get weighed down with timber. I'll tell you a problem I'm having here, and people don't tell you this. I was told the maximum length of sheet you can get in that perspex was 20 metres, and now when I'm at the order, the boy says you get in 25 metres. That's brilliant, I thought. 25 metres. This shed's not very steep. The reason why it's not very steep, whenever I moved into this house, I was only in this house a couple of weeks when I was told that my mother's shed had been knocked down because she was getting an extension on. I needed a shelter to store all the stuff in the shed, because all my tools was kept in the old house at the time along with my mother. So this was built as a quick and easy structure. The other sheds evolved up around it, but this main structure wasn't planned. It was put up quickly. And I bought second-hand tin stuff, second-hand perspex. It never had a full proper roof. So I thought, well, nice brand new sheets, £660 for them sheets of perspex there. And but apparently, perspex swells, it expands in the heat. So because it's 25 metres long, that perspex sheet will expand up to 3 to 4 inches in length, or shrink, depending on the coldest day in the winter and the warmest day in the summer. So I can't screw it to these beams. These beams will weigh it down. So the idea I come up with now, so I went through all the AA with all these diagnoses and all that. So I thought, well, if I screw the tin on each side and run metal bars over the top level with the wood, that would hold it down and it'd be like a floating floor. But the problem with that is if it's galvanised, it will still stay in the perspex, and if it's not galvanised, it'll stay in the perspex. So the perspex is going to get stained with metal over the top, and then you have to use a special tape between. So then the second idea I came out with, then I'll run extra beams 2 inches away from the main beams, and I'll screw the perspex to the beams, but the beams won't be screwed to nothing. Then the beams can move up and down along with the roof, but the roof won't lift because the beams are done to the tin each side. So that's the idea that I'm going to do now, but I can't do it now because I've got plastic cast on. But the sheets are overhanging the roof by a metre. It needs cut off. I can't cut it off like. So I'm either going to need extreme weight. So another idea I came up with then was, say I have a pile of timber. So if I get somebody to throw the timber on for me, there's not much skill in that. And I have a whole pile of black buckets. So if the black buckets are just set around at random, they can be filled up with a hose pipe after the bucket is up. It saves carrying weight. To get the timber up, I'm going to need 2 or 3 volunteers. That's going to take a long time. Everybody's away on holiday. So it's raining all the time now. I can't go out. I'm not allowed to drive. I was thinking of buying a monthly bus pass. But the problem with a monthly bus pass is if I'm down in Port Stewart now and that's pissing like that, how am I supposed to keep that dry? If you're in the car and you get a heavy shower of rain, you can wait in the car away, or you can dart down out. If I get a backpack in my back and I head off down to Castle Rock on the train and the rain comes on, so I've got one of them things you put on festivals that goes over you, like them ones in the cardio. Sister got me one of them about a month ago. I was in the bit of the car. I was like, I'm going to try it out today because that rain's not stopping. I had to keep this dry here for 6 weeks. Like, it's going to be impossible in our weather. Now it has to be dry this weekend now, so hopefully I'll get down to the 12th of August parade in London. But my arm's getting sore. I keep my arm on a sling when I'm about the house. But yeah, yesterday it was aching, so it was. I'm just out of my bed now. I heard the rain license, so there's no point in rushing up. And my arm is actually getting sore, so I don't know, even if I had it on a sling. If I have my arm on a sling, then I don't know if the sling's making it sore, or whether it's dangling down like this. It's not dangling down like that very much. But I find even when I have it on the sling, I tend to sort of hold my hand up myself, rather than pull the full weight in my neck, and that's probably making my arm sore. It's why I just let the whole weight go on the sling. And another problem I had too, it's one problem after another. See, people that sell this stuff, they don't tell you this stuff, but whenever you buy a shed, they always put the screws in the bottom trough. That's easy. But this perspex, I went through ChatGPT, Grok, and I went through all the AIs to confirm this. When it comes to the perspex, you do not put it on the lower bit, it has to be in the higher bit. You know, the wee high trough. That high trough's 35mm. I cannot buy spacers 35mm. Now I don't know what everybody else is doing, but for this big sheet here, I'm not to I thought I'd just screw it at the bottom, that'd be handy. It wouldn't take long to screw that on there, nice rubber seals. And when you screw on the tin, the hole has to be 1 or 2mm bigger than the screw, because the tin will also expand. But when you screw it on the perspex, the hole has to be need twice the size of the screw. There's a lot of movement in this perspex. So I thought, well, I'll put it on there and I'll get a felt tip marker and I'll mark it and just see how much it does move. But now I've broke my hand, I can't get up now to check. I was lucky I just got it on, and the thing is, by the time that perspex was on there, the rain came on 10 minutes after I got the last sheet position. If the weather had stayed better and I could get the roof finished before attempting to do that post, at least I would have had the roof finished. You know, you're only chatting another 4 hours to finish that roof. But saying that, so what the idea I'm coming up with now is I'm going to get 2 wooden, say piles of wood there. I'm going to run the wooden beams parallel with these other ones, about 2 inches apart. I'm going to drill the holes down from the high bit of the perspex into the wood, and I'm going to get a piece of wood that's 35mm in length. I'm going to cut it into blocks, and I'm going to drill a hole through the middle, and I'll put each block with each high bit is. I thought I could try and keep the one piece of wood and cut it to shape, but if you cut wood to shape, it's weak. The grain will split along the grain. By keeping it separate pieces of wood, it should be more secure. But like you're chatting like I don't know how many screws goes on there, and then I thought, well, if I'm going to do that with the perspex, I may as well do it with a tin, because there's still less chance of leaks if you're using the high bits of the tin. So when it comes to the tin next to the perspex, it'll have to be drilled in a low bit, because it's holding. The battery went dead on me there. I said this camera hasn't been used in a while now, but I tell you what, you know one of the biggest achievements I did, and that's getting them sheets up there in one piece. We did a ramp system. I made a ramp to go from my garden to the neighbour's garden 6 foot higher than mine. So we did a ramp from the ground, from the car trailer to the neighbour's garden, and then from the neighbour's garden across to the roof. And that's how we got the sheets up in one piece. So that's about all of this video here. Like I say, I know what to do, I just can't do it now. And I need some way of getting this roof way down until, if I had somebody cut the tin off, I said a metre stick, if it was cut off, I'd be happier. So if a storm comes, it doesn't lift. There's enough, I said, enough of timber there to strap this down, but the wind's going to catch the end of it.